Hey everybody, and welcome to Real Estate Flash. I'm your host, Barry Connerty. All right, well today I got one of my favorite exercises that I'm doing today, and I thought I'd bring you guys all along with it. Today I take a look at all the different areas out there, and I see what I can buy if I had $1 million to spend. And so I take a look at all the different little areas, all the little pockets, and I go, okay, if I had $1 million to spend, what would I do, and what could I get in any one of these areas? I'm going to specifically look at detached homes today with property, because those are some of my favorite ones to look at. I'll do another one where we look at sort of attached homes, where we look at condos and townhouses. But for now, we're just going to look at detached homes and what it is that we can get. Why pick $1 million? I don't know. It's a nice round number. And it is that number that once you sort of cross that threshold, you're into a completely different financing apparatus. So anything under $1 million, you can go high ratio. You can do 10% down, and you can do all these fancy sort of financing deals. So I kind of like to stick in that. And believe it or not, they consider under $1 million to be in the affordable price range. Of course, that is if you live here in the Fraser Valley and the Lower Mainland areas. You're gonna, that's basically in your affordability sort of range, are considered in your affordability range. So, all right, to start off, let's just start right off in Vancouver, right in Vancouver proper. How many houses, or what can you buy in the Vancouver area for $1 million? Well, I don't think you're going to have any trouble believing this, but you can't actually buy any houses in Vancouver right now for $1 million or under. But I am going to note one. There is one that's really notable. It's this one right here. Where is it? Oh, there it is. It's right here, and it's right on Knight Street. And this one actually is interesting. They started off at $1.298 million, so $1.3 million is where they started off. Been on the market for 100 days. They now dropped to $200,000, and it's now sitting just under 1.1. So $1,098,000. And 100 days on the market, you never know. There might be a deal to be had. So if you are looking for an investment property in the Vancouver proper area, this is a great house. I mean, this would be an excellent rental property, holding property. And if you want to live there, you need to do a little bit of fixing up. But nonetheless, you're in there at 1.1 for that one. And, like I said, probably a little bit like, we can talk about a deal on that one for sure. North Van, West Van, and Burnaby, nothing for sale. In fact, the lowest prices you're going to get in any one of those areas is around 1.3 to 1.4, and probably stick to the 1.4 really. As the 1.3 is definitely going to be a fixer-upper for sure if you're in any one of those areas. There is one up in Squamish. I'll throw it up there for you. You can take a look. Okay, now as we're heading east, Coquitlam, you got two in Coquitlam. So you got one that's 1,700 square feet, and it's on a 4,000 square foot lot. The other one's an interesting one, actually. The other one's on a 6,000 square foot lot, and it's 1,000 square feet. And this one's interesting because it's on a Bearland strata, and currently the strata rules are that there are no rentals. Well, guess what? David Eby today, he just put legislation in that those no rental restrictions are null and void. So this one is now allowed to have rentals. So if you're looking for an investment property on a decent sized lot, it's not a big house, but nonetheless, one day later you could rebuild if you wanted to, and in the meantime you can rent it out. All right, so as we head over into New Westminster, there's one is available. Port Coquitlam. Okay, and actually here I'll just show you that's what you can get in New Westminster for $1 million. All right, Poco 2. There's two available, and here we go. This is sort of an example of what you can get in Port Coquitlam if you want to spend $1 million. Port Moody, there's none for sale in that price range. Pitt Meadows. So we're gonna leave. That's sort of the Lower Mainland, sort of taken care of. Now we're gonna leave the Lower Mainland, and we're gonna head over into across the bridge, and we'll stay on the north side of the Fraser River for now. In Pitt Meadows, I love Pitt Meadows. Nice little community. Currently, for $1 million, if you wanted to buy a house, there are 3 available, and this is a good example of what you get in Pitt Meadows. And they come up every once in a while, but right now there's 3, and this is a good example of something you can probably find yourself for $1 million right now in the Pitt Meadows area. So as we drive east, we get into Maple Ridge. Maple Ridge is a very big community, and currently there are 40 40 houses for sale at $1 million or under. And okay, now this is pretty typical of something you get for about $1 million in Maple Ridge. The prices go kind of as low as about $775, and for that you're going to get one of the smaller sort of city lots. This one's a bit bigger of a lot, 7,000 square feet. It's got a decent sized house on it, and it's a nice little neighborhood. Maple Ridge is definitely an up-and-coming neighborhood. This one is one that you might want to check out if you're looking in that price range. Mission. Now, if you don't mind going out to Mission, there's actually quite a few in the Mission area. And Mission's quite a nice little place. You're up on the hill. You got great views, looking out over the valley. It's quite beautiful out there. It is a bit of a trek if you're having to commute into, say, the Vancouver area. But if you're over in, say, Surrey or Langley, working in those areas, actually not too bad. Right now in Mission, there's 80 houses right now that you can get for $1 million or under. And here, I'll throw this one up. This one's right at $1 million, and this one's really nice actually. If you're in that $1 million price range, this one's something to look at. You got 2,500 square feet, fully renovated. It's got a basement suite for a mortgage helper. It's on a 9,000 square foot lot. This is a great buy. This is really something that if you're serious, if you're looking for something right now, give me a call. We'll go take a look at this one for you, because I think this one this one's probably going to go with these credentials. Now, as you head back over, so on the south side of the Fraser River, we're going to go into Abbotsford. Abbotsford, like Mission, there's a lot of them, and it's a big community. There's 50 currently right now for sale. This is at $1 million range. This is typical sort of house that you'd get in Abbotsford for about $1 million. Decent sized lot, nice house, good areas, great schools. Abbotsford's a great community. Let's head in west. We're going to come into Langley. Langley, we've got 13 right now that are sitting at or under $1 million. And here's a typical example of something that you're going to get. Basically, the areas that you're going to see these $1 million homes in Langley are going to be Aldergrove, and Langley City proper, and then there's a couple up in the North Langley areas as well, but mostly you're going to be in Aldergrove and Langley City if you're going to be in the $1 million price range currently right now. And in Surrey, big community, nothing in South Surrey or White Rock, but in Surrey proper, like in the Newton areas or up north by the Battelle Bridge, North Surrey area, there's 10 available currently right now, and these are always really good investment properties right now. Surrey is such a big growing community. All right, so that is it. That's what you get. There's your quick look. Little snapshot for the Lower Mainland Fraser Valley, what you can get for $1 million. Always a lot of fun, and I've put all the links so you can see all the houses I just talked about in full detail, and all the I put all 50 of the ones in Abbotsford, all 80 of the ones in Mission. Just click on the link and you get it, and then join me for the next one. The next one's going to be great. We're going to take a look outside of the Lower Mainland Fraser Valley area, and we're going to see what you can get in some of the interior cities and throughout the island area. So that'll be a lot of fun. So come back and check me out on my next podcast as well to see if we can get $1 million throughout the British Columbia area outside of the Lower Mainland. I'm Barry Connerty, and that is your Real Estate Flash.